What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Darion coming to y'all live with another video. It is the Spotlight Sports Talk and the Silver and Black podcast. Shout out to all the subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube page. If this is your first time ever being at our YouTube page, I would suggest that y'all subscribe, hit that bell button, and get the latest news in all Raiders news and all sports. But we're here and we're back with another Las Vegas Raiders. I was about to say Oakland, but Las Vegas Raiders video. Now, we all know that free agency definitely came down to the wire today, and a lot of things definitely came out. And you know, the Raiders didn't make too much of a splash, but we did what we had to do as far as position needs. Now, what I can say is that I'm really impressed on what the Raiders did, and you know, the tampering part, the legal tampering part of the NFL free agency. Now, most of them not going to be able to sign until actually Wednesday when the new NFL season starts. So with that being said, y'all, let's get into the first person and let's get into who did we get in the free agency for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the first one I have to go with, and we definitely addressed it, was the linebacker position. It is one of the weakest positions that we had for our Las Vegas Raiders, and with the Las Vegas Raiders struggling there, we end up, releasing Tahir Whitehead out of the actual picture and releasing him and making him a free agent, and now we was able to get Nick Kwiatkoski from the Chicago Bears. Now, the details are officially out with him, and on Monday morning, they did, shortly after they opened the free agent negotiation period, the former Bears linebacker agreed to terms with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, oftentimes the first wave of the free agent contracts are sizable, and the ones that really was not at that time, but it was more friendly. It was more on the friendly side of things, I could say. So, linebacker Nick Kwiatkoski did get a deal with the Raiders for $21 million and $13.5 million in guaranteed money, and more available incentives does come with that contract. Now, that 3 years, $21 million with the $13.5 million guaranteed is not bad for a 26-year-old linebacker who had a career of an upswing. For compensation's sake, it looked like the contract for Tahir Whitehead, but I can say this: before he was released, he just didn't live up to the money, and I think Nick can actually live up to the money. Now, 2 years ago, Whitehead signed a 3-year, $19 million deal with us, just $2 million below what the Raiders just gave Kwiatkoski. Now, with Tahir Whitehead, he was set to make $7 million over the next year, but the Raiders basically swapped out a 30-year-old, 1-year player for Kwiatkoski for 2 more years after, which Kwiatkoski is 26 years old and a little bit younger than Tahir Whitehead. So yes, I do agree with this here. Now, Kwiatkoski becomes the 19th highest paid off the ball linebacker. That is before a few free agent linebackers are signed at their deals and potentially jump ahead. Now, I do want to see us go get another linebacker, and the reason why I wanted to go get another linebacker, because we're going to pick one up in the draft, and just to help us out a little bit more. So Corey Littleton was something that was on the radar as well for the Las Vegas Raiders, but at the same time, I do feel like getting Nick Kwiatkoski is a sleeper free agent. A lot of people didn't talk about him. He played very well for the Chicago Bears last year, and I really like what this guy brings to the table. Hopefully one day I can actually break down the film and show you what his abilities are and what he could do to actually help the Raiders at this time. So thank you. Welcome to the Raider Nation. Nick Kwiatkoski, linebacker, former Bills, 3 years, $21 million, $13.5 million in guaranteed. And recently, not too long ago, like a couple hours ago, we did get another free agent signing, and I've seen this coming even before the Tom Brady's talks. I've seen this coming for a long time now, and I'm happy that we actually able to get him as a quarterback. Marcus Mariota, the former first number 1 overall pick and the former Tennessee Titans starting quarterback until he lost his job to Ryan Tannehill after going 2-4. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders did find their backup quarterback, and according to Mike Garafolo, the NFL Network's team, I can definitely say it was very close to signing the deal with the former number 2, not number 1, number 2 overall pick in Marcus Mariota, who was benched, was in the favor of Ryan Tannehill last season. and Tannehill end up getting the Titans to the AFC Championship game. Now, the Raiders are pursuing to close out a deal with Marcus Mariota, and the sources says that he was it was Mike Mayot's #1 ranked QB when he was with the NFL Network, when Mike Mayot used to cover him back in 2015, and finally we got him on the roster. So the Raiders have to say that they were searching for a high-end backup quarterback for Derek Carr, which Mariota started 61 games in his NFL career, but he's just still 26 years old, y'all. Marcus Mariota is still young. And during his 5 NFL career, Mariota has a passer rating of 89.6 and averages 7.5 yards per attempt. While neither of those numbers are outstanding, but we can definitely certainly get a good enough backup quarterback for Derek Carr. And it's also reasonable to think that the best he still has the best football ahead of him at this time, and still ahead of him, averaging a passer rating of 92.3 over the last 2 seasons. Now, it would be fascinating to see if Mariota can fit in the John Gruden's West Coast offense. Now, his ability to use his legs is very intriguing to the Raiders, and I have to say that it's very intriguing to John Gruden as the head coach. Now, but Mariota does often, give some insurance if anything happened to the Raiders' franchise passer, which is Derek Carr. We will continue to definitely update more information that comes out available for Marcus Mariota. Now, I think this was a great pickup for the Las Vegas Raiders, knowing that we needed a backup quarterback. In the last 6 years that Derek Carr was there, we had not had no competition for him at that quarterback position. Everybody that was in there was not great enough to take Derek Carr's spot. Now we might have a little bit more competition, which I think Marcus Mariota won't be able to take Derek Carr's spot. But at the same time, I still feel like that Marcus Mariota could come in and be competition to Derek Carr, knowing that Derek Carr don't like to use his legs as much as Marcus Mariota do. And we have to think about it. John Gruden did love Marcus Mariota. He loved him at the Gruden quarterback camp, and Mike Mayock loved Marcus Mariota coming out of the draft at University of Oregon. So with that being said, y'all, I really do like these 2 pickups, and I would give y'all the latest news in all Raiders news and all sports news as well. But I do like the fact that we got these 2 signees for the Las Vegas Raiders to give us positions that we need and more depth that we need at those positions. But let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know what you think about the signings of the Las Vegas Raiders and what they got with Nick Kwiatkoski and Marcus Mariota. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. It is the Spotlight Sports Talk and the Silver and Black Podcast, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.